Namaskar to everyone. How do you measure the true strength of a human being? Is it by the professional accolades or is it by the ability to rise from the ashes? Our guest today is a woman, a very good friend of mine, who has mastered both the things. For over 2 decades, she has been a seasoned psychologist and a TEDx speaker. She has trained over 8 lakh people, 8 lakh students, and 9,000 teachers. But her most powerful credential is not on the certificate, it is written in her life, actually. When you look at her, she had a tragedy which should not happen to any mother or a parent. She lost her 21-year-old daughter in a road accident. She made the courageous, trailblazing decision to donate her daughter's organ, becoming the beacon of hope for her city. She didn't just survive the grief, she transformed it at the age of 54. She became, what do you say, Mrs. Earth beauty pageant, and she won over that. She's a national builder. She's a woman achiever and the best-selling author of the transformative book called the You Are Your Habits, 21 Days in 21 Ways. Please welcome a wonderful woman, a great lady, a really humble person I met, Dr. Rozina Rana ji. Namaskar. Please welcome to the group.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Venuji, for such wonderful introduction. I feel so humbled and so grateful, and thank you.
So, this is more like an open discussion thing, what we have normally follow, and slowly people will join because it's a working day too for most of the
Yes.
people. So, like I started with the topic of heartbreak. Definitely, it's the most painful thing no parent should be actually having. But in that darkest moment, you made a decision to donate the organs. Is it possible to go back to that particular moment of time? Though it's quite painful, I understand. What actually shifted inside you that made you choose the way of contributing the organs rather than collapsing the whole thing and saying, no, no, I won't do it?
This is a very a question which I have been asked so many times, and every time my heart sinks to talk about it. Um, So when nobody is ready, no parent, nobody is ready for something like this, and it was a sudden thing, a very very devastating thing for me and my husband when we were sitting in front of the doctors, and he showed us the scan, the brain scan, and he said there is no chance that she will survive, and she was just 21, and her body was intact. It was only brain injury, and she was quite young, so doctors uh, they called me in the cabin. Our family was there and I was seated, and he was like, "Hey, would you like to do this?" Now the minute he said this, the doctor was somebody who was treating my mother-in-law for kidney problem. So my mother-in-law got kidney transplanted from her brother, and she lived a very good life for 9 years after transplant. And the same doctor was sitting, and I used to take my mother-in-law for treatment, and he was sitting right in front of me, and he said, "Would you like to do that? That will give," and he said that will give life to some people. And I thought, if my daughter was a giver, she was a giver. I mean, anybody, anytime, she would like to help people. And I thought, if she was to decide, she would have said yes, take it. And it was, as if she was sitting on my tongue, and I just said yes. So, and uh, it was difficult, even because I belong to Muslim community, and in our community, it is said that we have to give back the body the way it is in full form, without any kind of any loss of any organs. That's the belief. That's what it is said. And I did not think twice. I did not think twice. I was like, this is what I want to do. Whoever can take organs and can live through them, my daughter will live. So it just happened. It was divine, I would say. My brain was not functioning. I was in a shock, but It just happened and it was divine, I would say.
So it's not easy to do. Actually, what you have done, it's not easy for any parents to do.
No,
And
absolutely no.
and it's quite painful to live a life like that. And most of the people actually go into the withdrawal state. And you actually transform that withdrawal into a beauty pageant and other things. You went into becoming the Mrs. Earth contest and you won that thing. But was it a vehicle for healing? Or what was the message to be given out? Is it part of that particular grief you had or something beyond that?
Would say pageant was not part of healing.
No, for you,
For
as such.
me, even no, even for me, no, it wasn't, because pageant happened quite late, quite
Okay.
later part, and I had already come out of my depression. I was in depression. So initially, I did not understand. I was in complete shock. For even my family was around. I was not crying. I didn't know what is happening, and they were like, "What's wrong with this lady?" And after few days, it started hitting me, and after a few months, it developed on me. The whole thought of not having my daughter in my life, it all developed on me, and I went crazy. I was like, I was not sleeping, I was not eating, I used to cry, I used to kind of, I was depressed, completely depressed. And then I recovered. There is a big part of my recovery that happened because I used to do social work. I was also a trainer in, as at that time I was employed with a college, a group of institutions where I used to do soft skill training, and I used to train students. Every day I used to talk to so many students. So people said start coming to college, and I started going for work very quickly, very soon. And though I was not working, I was just sit, meet people, come back, and that's how I started. And with all the trainings, I used to, think how will I motivate others if I am so depressed. So that little bit that helped. But I used to go back at home again. I used to go back in depression. So all these things went on. I used to cry. I used to howl. In car I used to put loud music and I used to howl. So this happened, and then in my community I used to work for many years, and that same year I became the president. So because I became the president, there was so much work that came on my shoulders, I would say, in my lap. It was 9 months after my daughter, and so I was already part of that council, and we have a big huge network and a lot of social work people do, social community work that people do. So when I became president, the first meeting I said, see, I'm not in a right mental state, but I'll do my best. And the first 2 months, it was 4 years term, 4 years. And first 2 months, I was just not feeling like, and then I thought, no, I cannot. I mean, this is unfair to the community if I don't do my job. And people are waiting for the decision that they have to move forward. And then I just said, okay, nothing doing, get up and get to work. And that's how I came out of depression. But while I was president, and I have tendency to gain weight, and I was so much into work, I didn't pay attention to myself at all. So I gained so much weight. So immediately after my presidency, I looked into the mirror and said, who is this person? I don't recognize myself. And I said, okay, I need to do something very drastic. So and then I saw the ads of beauty pageants, and I thought, why not? So I was 53, 52, 53 when I saw these ads. And so I never thought in my life that I'll go for beauty pageants, never in my life. And so when I saw the ads, I skipped one, two, three, and then again and again I was seeing, I mean, algorithm or what, I don't know, it was universe which was sending that message. And then I saw and I was like, okay, let me apply and see. So when I applied and when they called me for interview, I said, see, I'm already 43, 53. Do you think I am eligible? So they said, yes, we have criteria till 60 years and 60 plus. I said, okay, done. So when I gave the auditions, and I had sent videos of my walk in the heels and everything. And I was like, I was enjoying it, and I was like, okay, let me go for it. Then I went for trainings, a lot of training. So basically, pageant started because I wanted to come back to my normal weight. I wanted something really compelling. Like if you have to walk on the ramp with your heels, then you need to be fit. And so that's
Yes.
how I entered pageants. And yes, it happened. Like, I went from pageant to pageant. I enjoyed the trainings, wearing the gowns, makeup, and everything. And that's also, it was beyond my grief period that the pageants happened, for my own physical health, first thing. And then when I started doing this, women started looking at my social media, and they said, "Oh my God, this is what you're doing." I mean, even TED happened. TEDx people, they were watching me, and they are from my same city. And they saw that, from grief, they saw my entire journey of 5 6 years, and they were like, "Oh my God, you're doing this, something like this, and this is going to be so much motivating to women." For two reasons. One, from grief, you are coming out and doing something like this after such a big loss. Second, they said at the age of 53, and then 54, one full year of journey, when I became Mrs. India and then Mrs. Earth runner up. I went international. I did, I think, 4 pageants, and I went one international. So
I
so
missed out certain areas then.
no, not at all. You're bang on. So these two things, this age you're doing this, and after this such a big loss, you did not stop living, not just living but thriving. You're going up and beyond and doing things. So this story is going to inspire a lot of women, and that's how they called me to talk about my story.
So definitely, it's a very the first time when I heard the story, yes, I had this thought. One day, if it's possible that I can talk to you and know about more about it, that can help. And definitely, what you talked about is you were howling, you were crying out, and everything. Definitely, sleep, hunger, everything will come into place. But what
Yes.
was the three survival habits you had for that particular moment of time to actually get away from that? It's not easy
Mm.
for somebody to come out, and definitely family pressures would be there, professional pressures would be there, your individual tension and stress would be there. So, how do you manage? Definitely, nobody can actually prepare themselves for the grief. Nobody can do that. But what were the three survival habits you did which allowed you to come out?
Venuji, tell you honestly, nothing works. When you are in deep depression or grief, nothing works. You don't understand what people are talking. You don't understand what is happening with your life. Why am I leaving? You lose the purpose. I was lost, completely lost. uh, so habits are again very very late. You're breathing. You're just breathing, and your eyes are looking, but it's not making sense. You are able to listen to sounds, but it's not making any sense. So that's the stage first. So I would say that I was hours and hours I was sitting and gazing. So just getting up
Hmm.
from the place. Wherever you are sitting, just get up. But that also, again, uh, just telling this will not be, it's
Doesn't
not that
happen in a
simple.
day. Yeah, I know
No,
it
it
doesn't
will not,
happen
it's
in a day.
not simple. No,
It
not a day, months,
it
sometimes.
takes months.
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I know of people, you won't believe, I know of people still around that same time. This is 11 years ago when my daughter's accident happened. I know of people at that time, they were also went through the same thing, parents, and till today, till today, they are not overcome completely. They have
Nobody
not
can
overcome.
actually. Nobody
Yeah.
overcomes. But what I'm
No, I mean, overcoming is the grief part, the grief part, and then moving on, thriving is a different thing.
Hmm.
I'm not saying keep forget about it. Nobody can forget. You cannot just forget. They're part of you. Your children are part of you. You cannot forget. But just getting out of grief and that whole trauma. So I know of people who are still struggling with that thought itself. Now, when I remember my daughter, I remember like a beautiful life. She chose me as mother, and she chose me to come to my place for 21 years. So I make a lot of peace and happiness and full of gratitude. So one thing, first thing is just get up from wherever you are, take a stroll, go out, because fresh air, fresh oxygen outside is going to help you in your depression. So just that is the first step. And then the second thing which I always I did it very late, but I would advise is just I play the music and move, jump, whatever. It's like bathroom singers type, bathroom dancers, not bathroom but room dancers, I would say, because that helped me to kind of heart pumping and blood flowing and my brain working and functioning. I was brain dead otherwise, I would say. So movement really helps. I think this, I mean, three I cannot mention because I don't know what I did that time. But yes, just movement, sun, oxygen, these are a couple of things that you need to do.
And definitely something would have drawn the attention somewhere. Like you said, you were busy with the social work and everything.
Mm.
Was it the first thing which allowed you to, get slightly away from this
Yes,
material?
absolutely. Absolutely. So busyness with a purpose, I would say.
So
that
that is,
that touches your heart, something. So social work or giving to the society was always there with me. And again I got a compulsion, so unless and until it becomes a compulsion, so I because I became president, so I it was a compulsion on me to kind of look at the projects and the people and the team and everything.
very true. So what happens is you find that a lot of students you have been working with, because
Hmm.
similar age kind of thing, they also struggle with the focus part of it.
Yeah.
They may not have a traumatic thing, but they definitely have their own physical changes happening, mental changes happening, and the scenario and situation which are drastically changing over a period of time.
Hmm.
So, what is the first suggestion you feel that okay can help those students?
See, for focus, you need to know where you are going. You know, if there is no goalpost, where are you going to aim your football, right? So there has to be a goal post, so clear goals in front of you, that this is where I want to reach, and a clear action plan will definitely get you focused. Today social media is crazy. I mean, majority of the people, even like not kids, students, anybody, everybody is into it's, so addictive. I mean, we all know. So keeping that focus is really difficult. But having that one, two, three, okay, for today, for example, this is my larger goal. And for today, I have these three items to be tick marked. And sometimes they have like 10 things in a day. And they're not able to finish it. So, prioritizing the whole thing, having this one, two, and three things, I'm going to finish it today and keeping a track of it. I think that way is a very good way of getting your focus back.
It's like a micro habits to be formed so that they can achieve the goals in a better way.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. But habits is again long-term game, I would say. When we say habit, it's a huge word.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
I'm
takes
just
a
using the micro. I'm just taking the micro one,
yes.
small, small one.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And definitely, it's a struggle between the parents and the students, both sides, parent and child relationship. And they are
Yes.
terrified of the social media sites coming into being and everything opening up. They're not sure what to do.
Mm.
So, what is the first suggestion? Because you are a teenage coach also. So, what
Yeah.
is the suggestion you give to the parents too? Because they also come into the area.
Yeah. Yeah. See, uh, parents or kids, everybody's hooked today. Once you see one reel, it goes on. It's a trail. So normally I tell parents, and parents they come. I'm a parenting coach, and a lot of them come with this big. This is a major issue of screen time. Now, who gave them the screens? We only gave them. Who introduced this very early on, because we wanted some peace of mind. We had guests. We were working or something. So for that we introduced, and now we are complaining. Now, screen is today compared with with any kind of addiction like dopamine hit and all, so we all know all those things. How to get children out of away from screen is the first step, is parents need to be away from the screens. Now we are so addicted, it is like we have nothing, कोई गड़बड़ नहीं, कोई आग नहीं लगी कहीं, कोई emergency नहीं है, but it's just the habit that we'll pick up our phone and we'll scroll. Like we wear our own dress costumes or kapde clothes, we don't go out naked, right? We have our clothes always with us. we wear our clothes. This mobile has become our clothes. We don't move out without our mobiles. Even at home, it's there near us. We feel so secure. I have seen a lot of people say this. I feel secure with my mobile next to me. And when I ask them, why do you feel insecure if mobile is not around? We have lived our entire life, our generation, Venuji, there was no
No
mobile
mobile.
around it. And we are good. We were good. So it's just the habit, it's their mind which tells that something is going to happen and I'll need my phone. Nothing is happening. Now, if people go for dinner, for example, like a family of four, everybody will, adult children, everybody will have phone. I mean, you're going out for dinner, from home, you're going out for dinner, and from dinner, you're coming back home. All right. In our life, how many times the emergencies hit? Let's assume once or twice in our
Twice.
life when there is real emergency कि आग ही लग गई या something has happened, yeah, hardly once in for that one emergency four mobiles are there on your dining table and we cannot sit idle. Now we have to scroll. Even in restaurant when we are going with a family or friends, everybody's on the mobile. So I suggest take one mobile, any one mobile, father, mother, anybody, maybe father or mother, leave everybody else mobile at home. We are going out, sit down and chat, talk. And that is one thing. And the dining table thing, these two things I tell people. Dining table, I don't know why we need to have our mobiles on the dining table. Why? We are at home, we are not going anywhere. Why? So they don't touch it while they are having dinner. They don't even touch it, but it's there lying, sitting there. It's not required. I ask them, first activity I give them is make a station near your dining table, little away. Ask everyone to deposit their phones. Nicely decorated, nice candles, nice cards, flowers, little bit. This is a station. Um, uh, and write a note saying that uh, let keep me here. Let me have a resting time here while you enjoy your dinner. Some nice rhyming words you can put it there and decorate it. Children love it that way. And you put it first. You put it first and you declare that I am not going to touch my mobile for 2 hours, period. And
So it's
see
like
how children will follow.
a digital detox to be happening at least for a short period of time.
Short period. And we have to start with short periods only.
There's no possibility that we give them one day.
No,
We will not survive.
no, not at all. 1 hour, oh my God, even mothers, I would say, our fathers for that matter. So we have little time that we get free. We just want to pick up our mobile and see क्या हुआ दुनिया में क्या हो गया. Nothing is happening in the dunya which you are missing. All right, so okay, relax, come on. So कहीं आग नहीं लगी है, कहीं आपको कोई emergency में बुला नहीं रहा है. There's nothing that you are missing. So relax, leave your mobile, say to yourself 3 hours. I mean, adults, I'm talking. First, only we do, only then children are going to do it. I mean, they are going to follow us. This is like written in पत्थर की लकीर समझ लो कि children don't do what we do. Children don't do what we say. They do what we do. Simple.
Not an easy task even for the
Not at
parents.
all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. See, if somebody is on cocaine, sorry, somebody is on cocaine for good time. In COVID, we serve them drugs. Now, drugs,
Are
screen time
burning
is
us alive.
compared with drugs. Now, we had to serve them drugs, right? Somebody is smiling, and I really appreciate that. We have given them, now we want to take it away. So it's going to be difficult. And we also got addicted. So it's okay. Any addiction takes time. There's withdrawal. Everything is going to happen. So
So one more question comes from this is most of the children, because of the digital thing and everything, they have lost the focus point. Attention span
yes.
is reduced. They don't read much. They even if they read, they look for the digital kind of things for a short period of time. They cannot go beyond that. What is the one effective thing which can give them the mental clarity to attend this?
So even
Other
I will
than other than the mobiles, any other thing which can help them?
yes. Yes. So I will talk about this mental clarity, but before that, I would like to extend the question a little bit. It is not just the focus, but I would also say that instant gratification immediately, I call it click generation. It is called click generation.
Okay.
On a click, I get food, clothes, not just clothes and food, but I get boyfriend and girlfriend as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And everything, I'm getting relation, I'm getting a partner for 2 hours, for example. I mean, so much is happening, so much is happening outside. So where is the love, affection, and where is working on any marriage? If you see, there's a lot of work that goes for any successful marriage. There's a lot of work that goes. Now children, they are so instant gratification. I am not enjoying, you are being aggressive, you are this, I am leaving you, I have the second affair, I have the second relationship, third relationship. Even in jobs, it's a lot of hard work. You have to understand things, learn. They switch jobs, they are not able to settle anywhere. So this is the generation today, and focus is lost everywhere, in every area. One thing is sitting down, calming yourself, meditating, understanding what is the priorities in life. Where is my life going? So I think meditation, not meditation or chanting, I would say, but many young, I'm talking about very young kids and teenagers and again, little young adults. They may not be attracted towards meditation per se, but just the breath work is quite popular today. Just the breath work will calm their body, calm their minds, and increase their focus.
Okay, that's a big thing because definitely during the COVID period, people got attracted to yoga, but after that, they stopped most of the things. They've gone back to their routine work, getting back to the mobiles. They don't even have a time to do anything now. So, one is the breath work. Other than that, what is the one thing you would recommend to them to do on a daily basis which can help them? Breath work is there, removing the mobile for at least half an hour or 40 minutes, if it's possible to begin with.
It is possible. See, from school, I mean, you fix like 40 minutes or maybe 1 hour, 2 hour. It is possible. Then parents have done it and they have achieved it also. If you look at the big people like, for example, Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, they have not given their kids mobile. For Ronaldo, Cristiano, they not for till they were 16, 18. Why in India, or majority, not just India, but all over, why do they have to give it? Or why smartphone? Um, yeah, I think majorly it is having some good habits in place. Having some good habits in place. It is sleep, eat. I normally talk about four pillars. Four pillars.
Okay.
Yeah. One is food. The food is the most important thing for your mental, physical health. Second is sleep, extremely important. Third is your workout. It may not be gym or anything. It can be yoga, it can be walking, it can be anything that will make your heart pump and stretch yourself. Fourth one is managing your stress.
Right. It's a
Yeah,
big thing now.
it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So any habits which falls in all these four categories, maybe one, you have to have those habits become a part of your life. See, brushing your teeth is coming so naturally to us because it's a habit. We don't have to use our head. Get up and brush your teeth. It's very what to say, on auto mode, automated, right?
Very true.
Similarly, we need to have some habits in each bracket, all these four pillars, which becomes an automated. We don't have to think about it
Hmm.
and do it. I mean, part of this time of the day, this is what I'm doing. So it's there in that bracket and it's happening every day.
And one of the things which I've seen from a lot of youngsters and teenagers, they talk about their past. They're not grown up yet. Still, they talk about the past. They still are living in the past only. that we attain this, we achieve this, and very elderly people too talk about the same thing. Two extremities now, and how to bring them back to the present state. It's not easy for most of the people. So
So
any
they are talking
suggestion?
about the past achievements or past traumas. What is they
Both,
talking
both, both.
about? Okay. Okay.
And they don't want to come out of that saying that, okay, I need to get away from this to attain something today. They don't do that. They sit
Mm,
and do nothing.
mm. If it is past successes, then it, sitting on your glory is going to keep you stuck there. See, anything which is stagnant, either you need to, if you're not going up, you're going down. There's nothing like you're in the center, you're stable there. No. If you're not growing, if you're not moving upwards, you are going downwards automatically. It's not that you're staying there. All right. Now, I normally, this one story that I remember, I can tell that now, about a
Please
monk
do.
story. Monk and disciple, they both were going, and they were near a river, and they had I'm sure everybody must have heard this story, that they had this system that they cannot touch a woman, and this monk carries a woman and crosses the river, and the disciple is following, and disciple is constantly thinking in his head that, okay, why did he do that? Why did he touch? In the evening when they're sitting and talking, the disciple got a chance. And monk asked, "What happened? Why are you so bothered?" And he said, "See, why did you carry that woman?" And the monk says that, "You are talking about that woman there. I left her there, and you are still carrying her." So, though the disciple was not carrying that woman physically, but in his head, it was there constantly, and he missed all the wisdom that Guruji was giving him, all the nature that he was enjoying while walking with Guruji. All right, so getting stuck in past. See, there are a lot of things happening in people's life. People's life, there's good things, there are bad things, and every day. And today, race and pace of life. You see, race and pace of life is tremendous with AI and automation and everything that is happening. So it's important to see ahead. When we are driving a car, do we drive looking in the rear view mirror? No, we are looking right in front of us. We cannot drive our car looking in the rear view mirror, right? So this is the problem. It needs understanding what is going on with them. We just have to drop it, whether good or bad, even good for that matter. We cannot sit on the past glory. Oh my God, I received this award, I got a crown, and I'm wearing that crown throughout my life. No, I have to go and look for more purposeful and more things, which I have a big life. Yeah.
It's a
And
particular moment.
I, huh? Sorry.
That's a particular moment you enjoy.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a
particular
particular
moment.
one. It's very, very momentary, I would say. It's momentary. That maybe that year, full year, I was like, oh my God, Quran, Quran. Okay, fine. Then what? Then what? You need to have a purpose, a goal. Yes.
So you've
So,
been basically you've been training so many students, 8 lakh plus
yeah.
students you are trained. So was there a story or something which talks about a victim mindset to a victim mindset?
Yes, a lot of students. Oh my God. Oh my God. One good story I want to tell you. This boy, and in front of the entire classroom, it takes a lot of courage to talk in front of the classroom, and also, the way they felt comforted with me and all the facilitation. Because of that, he opened up and he was like, "Ma'am, I was taking drugs." And this is what I'm talking about, 18 first year engineering, 18-year-old. I and some friends, we all were taking drugs. And one day when we were in a wedding, and we were high, and one person came to us and he told, "Okay, you all, I can help you all. You can take my card. If you feel like, you can come to me." And next morning, when they were like little sober and they came to their senses, they saw that they had that card, and they thought, "Okay, let's go and meet this person." And he was a life coach, that person who gave the card. And
Right.
he started grooming these people, talking to them, and they all came out of drugs, one thing, most of them. And they joined this this person, the life coach, and this he said that we are going to help you. And they helped around 72 people to join that same self-help group, students, yeah,
That's a
students,
big. That's big.
and help them. And he was still sharing, and he said, ma'am, I feel so bad about one of my colleague. He did not leave it. He could not leave that drugs. He was so addicted. And one day we got a call from his mother saying that, and she was crying. Mother was crying profusely, and she said, Ki, your friend, he met with an accident, and you please come fast. And he was critical. The boy was critical, his friend. And was like, ma'am, he did not leave it, and then he lost his life, and mother was crying so much, and we want to help as many people as possible for this cause. Can you imagine, young kid of 18-year-old doing this and coming out of it and helping people? It was such an inspirational story for me
Really.
as well, and I have told about him. I've written about him in my book as well. In my
That's a
book I have
big
written.
thing. Yeah, it's not easy because I read your book.
Yes.
It's wonderful. So there is one concept you have talked about 21 days and 21 ways.
Yes.
So why is 21 days so critical? That particular mark.
It is widely said that 21 days it takes for a habit to form, which is, I would say, not correct. It takes much longer. It takes much longer. But why this 21 days? Because our brain, if you say it takes 6 months, oh my God, I don't want to do it. It's too overwhelming for me. So therefore, 21 days is the neural pathways. It starts building. It's just the beginning, ignition. Hai. It's just the beginning of it. So 21 days will make you realize, कि, okay, I can do it. I can do it. And there's an achievement. Okay, this small goal I have achieved. Yes. So that little win, when we say 21 days, it's achievable. My mind says, ho jayega. And when I'm able to finish those 21 days, I'm like, oh my God, I did it. And then we need to go to another 21 days and 21 days. So it is sometimes 66 days, and people say
Yeah,
120. There are different philosophies. But why 21 is so popular? And there is a sense in that, because there is rewiring happening, the neural rewiring happens. And then we want to do it more because we have done it for 21 days. And we celebrate those 21 days first. So I can do it.
but
That feeling comes.
that's very rightly you said that 21 days can create the habit or it is a journey to begin with. But somehow many people just fail in that also.
Drop out.
Not even, yeah, they just drop out within 4 5 days. They say that I can't do it, or they just keep quiet and move back. So why does this happen? Because 21 is a small figure, still it's not
Yes.
happening. Why it is not
Yes.
happening?
See, there is a difference between motivation and discipline. Discipline is going to ask a lot from you. It's a complete transformation. You have to tell yourself that I want to achieve this. There's a larger goal, other end of it. Yeah. 21 days is just to begin. The big journey needs consistency, constantly. So 21 days, constantly doing it. Cheat days कर लो बीच में छोटा छोटा cheat days करो. It is okay because we are humans. We are not robots. एक switch दबाया और चल दिए. It's not, doesn't happen like that, right? We have emotions. We have our every good thing. Anything that is good is forbidden. So sorry. It's
Very
it's
true. It
it's
is. It's
bad
very
for
true.
health or relationship or whatever you call it. So everything that attracts us is bad. All right. So we as humans are going to get attracted. So it's okay. Sometimes we binge on like pastries or ice creams is fine, but it needs a lot of determination inside, inner power to say no every time. And those who want to addiction or any habits, it needs a lot of courage and a long term plan, a lot of determination to say no every time. And when you are on that path for a little longer time, little longer, then it happens. If you're away from sweets for 3 months, say for example, then you'll feel that little chocolate also is too sweet for you. It's not, you don't enjoy it then, right? So it's just matter of pulling it little more longer.
Very true. So, as a teacher, and you've been training so many teachers, how does actually an educator find out that there's a lazy student or somebody who's
Ah,
stuck somewhere? How does somebody
okay.
find that out? It's not easy for most of the people.
See, lazy, and what is the other?
Getting emotionally stuck.
Yeah, yeah. So lazy will avoid work, I would say. Lazy student will avoid work, बहाना बनाएगा कुछ करेगा. But emotionally stuck child will avoid feelings, I would say. He will not talk, because teachers are there for many many years and they know what is going on. एक normal child का behavior है who is misbehaving or indiscipline is very different than withdrawn child who is his body language is telling that there's something wrong, there's a story. या सो इमोशंस को एग्जिबिट करने का उनका तरीका ही अलग होगा. दे विल बी कंप्लीटली sunken, I would say, sinking
Yeah,
feeling that teachers can gauge just looking at them कि this is something is wrong and they are able to identify. So that something wrong, that instinctively they will know कि ये everyday behavior से अलग है,
very true.
everyday misbehavior से अलग है.
So, why I'm asking this question was
Yeah.
because most of the parents also feel that they don't understand what happened. They can't differentiate. Suddenly, every day they were normal, and suddenly they become quiet. And they think that okay, some moods are happening or mood swings are happening, particularly when they are into the teenage kind of
Teenage.
scenario. They get into that scenario of maybe breakups or arguments or fights or some other issues have happened which they don't want to discuss with the parents. So, how will a parent actually understand this and work it out? Not an easy task
That's
again.
a very good question, and thank you for asking this. There is a difference. There's some noise. Is somebody is unmuted?
Somebody's
Yeah, if you can mute everyone.
yeah, one yeah, muted.
Yeah. This is a beautiful question. See, when it comes to teachers, there are 50, 40, 50, 60 students, and the time is limited. They have a subject to teach, they have an agenda. When it is parents at home, they have two kids, three kids at the max today, and and their responsibility is 100%, I would say 100% responsibility, right? Especially for EQ, emotional quotient of kids. All right. Now, teachers may not be, they may be able to identify that there's something wrong with this kid, but they do not have the bandwidth or time to look into the details. Whereas parents, it's their prime responsibility. They have brought these children on this earth, and children are, their brains are not fully developed. The brains developed, it takes like 20 years and 25 years for the brain to develop. And they're not able to make sense of a lot of things. Even if they're abused, they withdraw, they sulk, but they may not talk. Here, parents' role is extremely important to ask their kids. First of all, they need to have that connection. Even if they ask, children may not talk because the connection is missing. So parents are so much into correcting their children that they somehow miss out on connecting with them. Today mothers are also working, the joint family structure is not there anymore, and so children are all by themselves. Earlier, if mummy papa ne data to chacha and all the people and cousins used to be there, and dada dadi and all. Now being nuclear families and maybe one or two kids at the most, children are very very vulnerable, and outside the competition and the bullying and everything is, their world is like that. I mean, we cannot change the entire world. If we can fence the pool at home, if there's a swimming pool, we can put a fence on the swimming pool at home. We cannot fence the entire ocean. Yeah, you cannot fence it ocean. So we have to teach our children how to be resilient, how to talk about the emotions they're feeling. So if he's feeling like somebody has bullied, he should be able to come home and talk. That kind of comfort, safety, connection, parents need to develop with their children so that they are able to talk about their emotions, good and bad, any emotions, good emotions also, and even bad emotions. But sometimes parents are so busy. Sometimes when the child wants to talk, parent is doing maybe rotiya या कुकर की सीटियां बज रही है. I said, leave everything. He wants to talk. You will be feeding them food, but then you have lost that moment when he would have come and shared the dark things that has happened to him, and he may not come to you again. He may go out and talk to somebody else, or he may keep quiet and silently suffer. So it's important, extremely important, that parents have that connect where their children open up. In spite of having connection, sometimes teenagers, they will do stuff and they'll not come and talk to parents because they want to experiment on things and enjoy and not talk. And parents are the last people to get to know. The entire society, everybody would know, and the
Everybody
parents are
knows.
the last people. So that kind of communication and connection is a must.
And one more question I would like to ask is because of the openness of the Instagram to all the social media sites coming in, the sexual connection and everything has gone up for the teenagers now,
Yeah,
their kind of activities and nature.
yeah.
And definitely, parents are not involved in that somehow.
Mm,
They don't want to
mm,
talk with them and they don't want to discuss with the children. And somehow, that family structure is like that. They don't want to talk to children on sexual matters,
yeah.
and they are growing up too. So, how should a parent go about it? Like you talked about connection.
I think again a lovely question, and I have a complete podcast with one of the experts on sexual education with kids, and the
Okay.
podcast became so famous. And also there were people who were asking for one more episode, the part two, and we did the second part also. And he was psychiatrist and beautifully answered all the questions. It's like 1 hour each, like two episodes, and on my YouTube channel it's there. Now there's a joke. There's a joke that a father calls the son, and the son is 14 now, and father says, "Ke beta, you have now become." You have grown up and it's time to talk about sex. And the son says, "Okay, dad, okay, father, tell me, what do you want to know?" so so this
So
is
rightly said.
how this is how the world is. uh, they are into pawns, they are into uh, very early, they are into physically active, sexually active, and they have all the exposure to the everything that they want. I am talking to some of the cases. I'll not go into a lot of details, but yes, parents need to talk about these things openly with their kids in the terms of education, in regards to educating them. And they can say, for example, they can watch a movie, and generally when there is a kiss scene, we change the channels. Or when there is some intimate scene, just be relaxed and talk about, see, they are watching porns, baba. So watching an intimate scene in the family, you should not, because there you are giving a message signal that, okay, this is forbidden. Forbidden. You cannot talk about this in front of, or you cannot, this is hush hush. No, just let it be and talk about it. Talk, and age appropriate. It has to be age appropriate. So, and what kind of questions they are asking, depending on that, the answer should also be age appropriate. But do not shy away from talking about these things, about relationship, about sexuality, about even sexual preferences. I mean, I know of people having same sexual preferences, and they could not talk to the parents, and parents, when they talk, parents didn't accept it, and there's so much happening. So parents, this appeal to all the parents, that do not shy away from talking to. If you don't educate your children, they are going to learn it from YouTube and anybody, everybody. So do you want misinformation, wrong information to come to them? Instead, why don't you be the mentor to your kids?
And I think for that, the parents also have to be educated for that.
Yes.
They don't actually learn. They think that the child should be listening to them. That's the main
Yes.
problem they all face.
Yes. What age, how to talk, what to talk is also a learning. And a lot of things parents need to learn. But it's parenting, when the child is born, you become a parent. But you have never learned how to raise a child. Yes, giving food, clothing, shelter is one thing, but emotional needs are very different.
So from my side, those are the questions. Yeah, one question has come in. Most adults
Yes.
and kids are not comfortable to share their things. That makes them feel bad or uncomfortable. So it is easier for them to pretend all is cool, chill. Any guidelines you can share about creating the feeling of safe space for open communication?
Yeah, I think lovely, again, lovely question. Thank you for asking this. When the child first time comes with a feeling, how did we respond to those feelings? Very simple thing I'll say. If it's quite cold outside and we want him to wear a sweater and he's saying, I'm not feeling cold. No, you are feeling cold. If they're angry and they come back and say that I'm so angry, they start screaming. For example, a kid is screaming. And what parent may say is, why are you angry? Anger, it's bad. You cannot get angry. And but the parent is already getting angry. So anger is an emotion. Understand, anger is an emotion. Everybody. So the parents need to say that I understand you are angry. Instead of saying you cannot get angry, you just say I understand you are angry. I'm here. I would like to know more. Instead, parent goes in a roller coaster and says that why are you angry? This is what did I teach you this, and I did not teach you right, and where are you learning all these things? 100 times I have told you not to get angry. Okay, we go on a spiral. All right, he's expressing his anger because there's something going on in his life which he wants to show you, which he wants attention. Anger is not about maybe things that are happening right now, but there are a lot of things that is happening underneath. All right, so just listening, listen, talk less, listen more, and
So if
validate their feelings. This is extremely important. Validate their feelings, and this is how you can build a safe space and connection with your kids.
what you said was right. Instead of correcting, we need to connect.
Connect. Simple. Two. This phrase is beautiful. Instead of correcting, we need to connect. Yeah. Once you connect, you need less and less of connect. Once you connect, you need less and less of correction. You will need, definitely, you will need. Children, they will need some guidance and all. But it will become less. It will be more of understanding. Many parents, they just see and the kid understands with one word. For example, lights on it. Lights. Finish, and kids get the message instead of the lecture that parents go through entirely. Some parents don't talk in words and sentences, they talk in chapters. So so less is more, I would say. Less words and more of listening will definitely help.
Any other question somebody wants to ask? It's open forum. And many of them are having teenage kids.
Oh, wow. Nice. I can see how can parents actually pinpoint that the child may be going through
Going through
depression.
depression.
Hmm.
I missed out that question. Yeah.
Yeah, so when it comes to teenagers, the mood swings, we all know hormonal changes, and their brain is also not completely developed. In fact, the brain is hijacked by emotions. They are not able to think straight. So at that time, it's important to be around them, not to helicopter them, not to hover over their heads and see in detail. But some people, they just jump on the laptop and say, "Kya dekh raha hai, bata mujhe." On the phone, they will. So no need to do that. Maintain a safe distance with them because they like their privacy. They want their autonomy. They want their privacy. Everything. Yet, uh, depression is something where you need to fulfill some criterias. Low mood is different than depression. Depression has to, when they are away from, they are not eating, they are not having good sleep. Food and sleep are the two big measures. The routine life is disturbed. It's not, they are not able to function properly for over the period of time, at least 6 months. Then it's a matter of concern. Otherwise, teenagers, their mood swings, oh, they'll go wherever. Like sometimes they are like super happy, sometimes they'll shut themselves in the room. So, and they will also say, I'm feeling depressed. But feeling depressed, depressive feeling, and clinical depression is two different things. So we use depression very casually also many times. So, uh, going to a psychologist or psychiatrist, if you see 6 months and over this kind of behavior where eat and sleep and daily functioning has affected, only then we can call it depression only after the observation by, I mean, clinical test by psychiatrist or psychologist.
Because most of the people are not even able to differentiate between anxiety, palpitation, and depression. They don't differentiate. It's like hunger or thirst.
Mm.
They don't know
Mm.
the difference. I might be just
Yeah.
thirsty, but I feel that I'm hungry. And I keep
Mm.
on eating, but it's not satiated. I just
Mm.
have a glass of water, it's everything is over.
Yes.
So that difference people still are not aware. Though people talk about stress, anxiety, palpitation on a general note. Even a small kid in school will talk about stress.
Mm.
But does he
Yeah.
really have a stress or not? We don't know. He's just talking because others are talking it.
Yeah. It's overused. These words are like misused, I would say.
Yes. Any other questions somebody wants to ask? Or we can wind up for the day?
This is Pooja. I'd just like to
Yeah.
comment that I think you presented some very balanced perspectives. Sometimes, like in the Indian cultures like ours, it can be very restricted, but on the West, it can be very open and low touch, and either one doesn't work. I think what you brought to the table was, a very balanced way of handling our children as they grow, or even, as young adults. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Pooja ji.
much, Pooja.
So I think no more questions are there. I really thank Rozina ji for coming to this stage and helping a lot of people to understand about life trauma situations and how to overcome that in different ways and means. And definitely, I'll be talking to you after this also. But and later on, we'll talk about other areas which
Yeah.
concerns with teenage psychology more or less. Today, we wanted to talk about the grief area part of it. That's the reason we took this session. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thanks a lot again,
Thank
Rosina.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.